Hello friends, good to see you back. Once again I'm back with another tutorial related JavaScript BOM. And in this tutorial we are going to learn how we can get window height and window width. Here you can see a browser window. And to get window height and width we have total 4 methods. These methods are inner height, inner width, outer height, outer width. Now let's try to understand what is inner height and what is outer height. This is inner height, which contains the viewport area, and that's outer height. This is the height of the actual browser. And remember one thing, outer height doesn't count the toolbars. Now let's talk about outer width and inner width. This is the inner width area, and it doesn't count the scroll bar section. At the same way, we have outer width, and it's count the scroll bar section. Outer width count the border area also. I said something wrong. Also, the outer width doesn't count the scroll bar area. It counts the border area of the browser. So without wasting your valuable time, let's start the practical. So as usual, side by side I open my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension. And I already created an HTML document named index.html. Inside this index.html page, we have body tag. And inside the body tag, we already typed script tag. So at first, inside the script tag, I'm going to take a variable. And our variable name is var inner height. For that, I'm going to type I height. Inner height equal to window dot inner height. Then semicolon to end this line. And now I want to print this value in my console. For that, I'm going to type console.log console.log inside the round braces our variable name I height. Then semicolon to end this line. At the same way, I'm going to take outer height. So I'm going to create another variable var, and our variable name is outer height. O height. Outer height equal to window dot outer height. Then semicolon to end this line, and I'm going to save this file. Then again, I'm going to print this variable in my console. So I'm going to type console.log inside the round braces outer height, and semicolon to end this line, and I'm going to save this file. So if I show you my console, so let me show you. So I'm going to right click in my browser, and I'm going to click inspect section. Here you can see in my console, it print inner height 767 and our outer height 1047. But if I reduce the viewport height, then what? So I'm going to increase the console section height and reload the browser again. Now you can see, now our inner height is 303, but our outer height remains same, 1047. As I told you, inner height always count the actual viewport height, but outer height count the whole browser height. So from this point to this point is inner height area, and from this point to this point is outer height area. Now change the outer height area. So I'm going to reduce the height of the whole browser and then reload the browser. Now you can see our outer height is 854. As you can see, every time we need to refresh the browser to see the value of inner height and outer height. And to resolve this, I'm going to call onResize event. So I'm going to call the event in our body tag. So here I'm going to type onResize. onResize and our function name. And our function name is resize function. Resize function. So here I call a function named resize function, and now I need to create the function. So here I'm going to type function, and our function name is resize function. So I copy the name and paste it here, and inside the curly braces I'm going to move this code and save this file. After save this file, you can see in my console it's print blank. But if I increase the height of the browser, now you can see it print the inner height and the outer height the browser. And we don't need to refresh our browser to print it. So whenever I increase the browser height, it print it. Now the inner height is 295 and the outer height is 1037. At the same way, we can print inner width and outer width. So I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type, at first, here I'm going to change the variable name, which is inner width. Inner width equal to window dot inner width. Then console.log print inner width. At the same way, I'm going to print outer width. So I'm going to type outer width. Window dot outer width. And then print console.log outer width. If I save this file, now you can see in my console it's print blank. But if I increase the browser width, then what happened? After increase the browser width, you can see in my console it print inner width 720, outer width 916. And if I increase the browser little bit, as you can see, I print inner width 823 and the outer width 1045. So this is how we can get inner height, inner width, outer height and outer width. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial.